Monday. It's going great, going great. How are you?
Welcome. Is this a test or are we going straight through?
We are live as of 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Yes,
Okay.
yes. How's everybody?
All right, all right.
How's
You can
everybody? You doing good? That's a nice shirt you got on.
thank you. I just quoted for a good deal.
Okay, it's cutesy, cutesy. What are
Thank
some of
you.
the messages there?
It say a lot. It say be you, do you, for you. Limited edition, which I felt that like with my whole, vibes. It say good vibes only, and I'm like pro good vibes.
Okay. Awesome, awesome. Well, we want to welcome everybody back to another episode of Being Organic. This is our Monday,
Woo!
and we are trying to hang in there for our routine schedule. We are not in the studio, as you can see. We're at our individual abodes, but we are coming together to go live with you tonight. And we have a great lineup. I was really happy to see some of the topics that came through
Yes,
today. We want to
yes,
encourage
we really
everybody.
haven't.
Say it again.
Hello. I said
Hello.
we really haven't gotten to talk
Right, right.
about them beforehand.
About them beforehand, but that's okay. We can bring them to
This
light.
is raw and uncut.
It is truly raw and uncut for real, for real. So, how was your weekend?
It was fine.
Okay, okay, awesome, awesome. I saw that you had a good day at the mall. A lot of
I,
people, good
I
sales.
was about to mention it. I was about to mention it. I want to give how do I say, a shout out to our customers. And take this time to let you guys know that there are some initiatives that we are looking to really get you guys, our customers, involved in. I really feel like they came out Saturday because it was a lot of people in the mall. But I mean, I would say if you were to look at the sales and really get into it, these are still like our regulars. So shout out to them. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw pretty much the same. I did welcome and embrace some new customers, which is
Yes, we do
always
got new people.
but it's I think it was definitely a blessing to welcome back some repeat customers. I updated a couple of files and let them know that we do have different loyalty programs in place to welcome them back. So yeah, I love the fact that people are really searching for organic and that it's making a difference in not only their lives but their friends and their families. I had a lot of families come
Yeah.
up, and I thought that was really really good that their households, are changing. Families are changing towards organic body care, which is beyond fantastic. Beyond fantastic.
Well, side note, do you recall having that as a goal? Do you recall us talking about or stand when it comes to household body care? We had said that. I think it might have been sometime either last year or before.
Okay, you broke up a little bit, but I think you were saying that we had talked about one of our goals being to really acquire families as customers.
Well, for organic to become the standard for
Well, yeah,
households.
that's definitely our mission. That's our mission statement, and it's always part of our growth opportunity for organic body care to become the standard. I think that chemical based products have been the standard for various reasons, mostly because either organic was hard to get or not available, or definitely there
Mhm.
was a price point that people felt, was somewhat of an obstacle. But when the alternative is irritations and dealing with difficulties with your skin, organic becomes the standard. So I think that's
Yeah.
what we're seeing. A lot of people are really investing in their skin, which is fantastic. It really makes the work that we do more meaningful. So I'm really happy about that.
Yes, very much so.
Very much
So
so.
guys,
So guys, yes, guys, you have
You
the
was about
floor.
to talk. I listen. You see, I'm trying to work on myself.
Okay.
So,
Well,
guys, it's Weathers.
yes, and Fran,
Yes,
and
and
we
we are
are
being.
organic.
Yeah, so we actually have, like Miss Fran said earlier, we got topics lined up.
Mhm.
So I want to make sure or hope that we are getting, how do I say, our topics to you guys in a way that you guys can kind of follow along with us. We are gonna start. Sorry, y'all, because listen, my camera is normally more chill than this. We are getting started with our feel good topics. And so first on our roster, we wanted to talk about comprehension on the internet. And is it harder to do? And it, how do I say? I found the conversation just in how when we talk and speak on the internet. I found the conversation how we speak on the internet. Not everyone always understands, if you ask me, what the intent or context of a message. What people are trying to say tends to, I think, get lost in translation. And is it something that just is repetitive on the internet?
I think that is so absolute. I think that the reason things get lost, well, here's the thing. There's a reason why people respond to video more. It's because they
Uh-huh.
don't want to read and comprehend context. I
And
mean,
trying to figure out, yeah.
they just want to see it, absorb it, and keep moving. Nobody wants to really read, the captions and the content. So yeah, I think comprehension can be somewhat of a curve
On that,
if
yeah. On
it's actually written out. If you can play it out in a video, you have a better chance of getting your message across.
getting your message across. And even context, because like when it comes to the texting and the way that we write now, it's so abbreviated sometimes. And I wonder too, if when you do shorter abbreviation, does it affect the message or how people are receiving it? Perception was a thought that came in my brain, because I think you can put something in plain text sometimes, and depending on what somebody else, experience has been, they're going to respond, closely with, what they relate to.
Well, what troubles me is that when you mention abbreviations, if it's abbreviated now, what does the future hold? Are we going to go back to
Letters,
short? We're going to go
letters
back
and numbers, letters and numbers.
to yes. It's going to be
Laughing
like
out loud is going to be LL squared.
yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it just makes you wonder how
Oh,
how
that's a good
abbreviated it's
question.
going to get. Yeah, I don't know, but comprehension is going to be challenged. We already know that they're not even teaching certain levels of comprehension in school anymore.
And the
Hand and
and the funny thing, I'm listening.
I'm just wondering if social media texting will become a subject in school.
It's probably very close, because I know a lot of the abbreviations, they're not making their way to I'll say our dictionaries, but they do have a space, where you can go and find out what, everything that is being texted and said. You can go find out what all the shorthand means. So there is a space for them. Another thing that is in this was when I think just recently they had the issue with the young man who is in football, and he how do I say, he had an accident on the field, and when Stephen who was it, Skip Bayless, he is a like a reporter on sports news. He
Mhm.
said something, and according to him, well, a lot of people took it offensively, but some people were like, no, I understand what he was, trying to say. So some people, they just, it was two different perceptions on this one passage that he made. Now, granted, when I read it, I kind of caught on to what he was saying. It was kind of like sarcasm. And it brings me to the point where it's like sarcasm is heavy today. Like, it's not really much that people say without a little hint of, you know, a little dark humor, a little sarcasm in it. So when you have that, I wonder when, you know, are certain situations, you know, that you know, should not be sarcastic in because you don't know how everyone is going to take it. Or, you know, should people be able to catch on, you know, to sarcasm?
Yeah, sarcasm is always, you know, to me, the undertone for a debate or, you know, kind of like a negative approach. I think that, you know, it's never pleasant. It's sarcasm. I mean,
Yeah, and you, some people can take it, and I think some people can't. And I just wonder, when you're trying to comprehend everything that we're taking in on the internet, and you know, everything that we're dealing with social media. Like I said plenty of times, sometimes you're into, you know, one particular post. Like, the post might be a dog catching a banana, and somebody's like,
a
well, why would
banana.
you throw, you, I don't know. I'm trying to make it as awkward as possible.
Well, that's
And
pretty
somebody
awkward.
would,
I would love to
look,
see
and
it.
somebody would be like, well, why are they wasting fruit? And I would be more concerned with, why are you throwing a banana? So, you know, on the internet, I just feel like it's hard to control, you know, how everyone or anyone per se, you know, takes what, you know, we're putting out.
Well, yeah, that's
'Cause
going to
they,
happen, especially with the abbreviations. Things come across as um, condescending. You know,
yeah.
you're going to have that because you know you're pretty much typing in code. You're typing fast. It's brief,
Well,
and you
and
don't
I'm
have a
so,
lot of time to express all of the nuances of a really thought out, detailed conversation. You're like, hey, what's up? Or you know,
and
hashtag.
you would think, and I would say, you would think in our world that is so, hey, what's up, that most, you know, business people, you know, it's a conversation about if you should even use that, you know, when you're talking to certain professionals. But I'm meeting you on social media. This is where we're hanging out at.
Well, I could, you
They
know,
still want to whom it may concern. Girl, what do you want me to be like, TWIC?
you know, we're already identifying in pronouns. You know, that's become standard in meetings. You know, list your pronouns. How do you identify? So I'm like, if that becomes a standard in a business meeting, then surely the emojis are not far behind.
Mm.
So what else would you add
Another thing,
to comprehension?
so the funny thing that I was going to mention earlier, but I think this is even a better time to mention it while we move through comprehending on the internet. While I was looking for like what we're talking about in discussion wise for comprehension, when I just kind of randomly Googled it, that's not what popped up. So, you know, I had to go ahead and just bring through our conversation without, you know, much help from the internet. But what it did show was a whole bunch of reading comprehension skills. And so, you know, already it's a feel good topic, and we're always, you know, looking to be solution geared. A couple of things that we can think about when we're dealing with what we're seeing and how we respond to each other on the internet, because I think that's where some of the hostilities come from. If I'm not comprehending your message, or I don't understand, you know, the context, then I probably just, you know, respond. So some things that we can do is include some skills that you may want, and these are like the basics of comprehension, would be some skills would include understanding information that's being delivered or read. And funny enough, yeah, well, the funny thing is we're on the internet and we are reading. And what are we reading to do? Are we reading to understand, you know, what someone's trying to say?
I think most people are reading to respond. They're reading
Yeah.
to respond.
It says some, they also spoke on decoding which I'll probably be doing some more research on that. And it really just means deciphering, the information, because sometimes, especially like we see so much politics on social media now that we might not think about it, but we used to hear more about politics more than we saw them. So now we actually get to see what's being said and what's being done. And so we actually are responding to stuff that are political more than I think back in the day. So a lot of the rhetoric, a lot of people are like, you don't even know what you're talking about on the internet. So deciphering the information, is something that I think we should be trying to do too. So not just being on social media and interacting, but also doing our own research, on some of the different topics, so that when we are responding, it's a well thought out response.
Well, I will say this. One thing that I noticed that a lot of different sites are doing in order for you to really comprehend their message is their layout. You'll see a lot of sites creating a banner, if you will, because that's the only way that they can get your attention, and just the sea of content is to create some type of layout, whether it's a clickbait or whatever, so that you can really read and see what's going on. I've used them myself, headlines, and believe it or not, they work.
Yeah. So we're almost pretty much wrapping up comprehension on the internet. Remember, guys, as always, if you've got some thoughts about what we're talking about, your feedback and input is, we want it. It's necessary. We're winding down and moving forward. In the comprehension conversation was to just understand that everyone too, has an opinion. And we're not always going to agree with each other. There may be, times where we like facts are facts, but for the most part, when it's the internet, it's more opinions than anything. Like we should be able to respect each other. If we remember that, just as much as I feel the way that I feel, someone may too feel that way about whatever they're feeling,
And I would just ask guys, please bear with us. I know that we're not in the studio for this particular edition of our show. We're coming to you remotely, so you may hear a little bit of a lag on either end. Just bear with us. We're in it for the long haul, but we are here.
Yes, we are
here. So let's keep it moving. We're moving on to our next topic, which is what do you have there, Weathers?
So I have sweating, and why it's okay to do it. It's become a daily conversation for me. I talk to customers every day, and there is such a conversation around sweating. But the most recent thing that I've seen is that I'm still seeing commercials that are anti-sweat. They're really anti. Now, I know that people have been walking up recently asking me about a certain, I guess, I'm not, what is it when you have, what is it called when something's, like, it's not an ailment, but, and not, I don't want to say disease, but, what's the condition? Yes, a condition. Sorry, okay. The word did not pop in my brain.
Okay, somebody has
a condition where they sweat a lot. So I know there are some instances that maybe require a certain level of, I don't know, maybe commercial relief, but for them to still be anti-sweat like they are, it really bugged me, and I wanted to talk about why it's okay to sweat.
Well, it's definitely okay to sweat. It's the body's mechanism to cool itself. So as we know, whenever we are in excessive heat, we begin to sweat. Our body has a desire to have a balance in the temperature. So yeah. When you talk about people being comfortable with sweating or uncomfortable with sweating, you're talking about an unlearning that dates back probably to the creation of deodorant, or rather the creation of perspirants. It is so ingrained in people not to sweat because they associate sweat with odor, as
with the
opposed
funk.
to associating sweat with their body cooling off. And so,
Yeah.
really trying to educate them to educate them on the disconnect between odor and sweating.
Yeah.
It takes some unlearning. It takes a lot of unlearning, but it, people are coming around, and really one of the biggest catalysts in the unlearning are commercial brands creating natural products, creating products that are not perspirants that typically prevent people from sweating. So they are really, I would say, one of the biggest mediums for the education of sweating and the separation of body odor.
They are late to the party nonetheless.
They are late, but they have the biggest bullhorn. They have the biggest
Yes.
bullhorn.
Yes, y'all. And I'm gonna come through after our ad break too, because we got an initiative that I'm gonna drop on y'all. And this is unbeknownst to Fran because it just popped in my brain just now.
Oh,
but
okay.
yes.
Should I get ready to
well, no, we still got to talk about why we gonna sweat. We ain't finished with them because they ain't finished with us. They still and they like, girl, that's the problem for me. And I have to really be like, y'all, you gotta get into it. Do you see the sweat that you see right here? This might be gone in 10 minutes, girl. Oh, you don't see that now. I'm actually very relaxed. But sometimes, even though it's cool in that mall, the thing that I notice is when I get pumped up, or if I start to do something at work, I sweat more than when I'm just chilling, So
absolutely, you're activating.
So it's telling me that my body is alive, okay, and thriving in these streets.
Hilarious. Yeah, well, I cannot say that prior to going and starting a business focused on organic body care that I was not too concerned about sweat. It's an education, but once you have the education, you have it, and hopefully your wisdom.
I'll tell y'all a secret
upon it.
Say the last part again.
I said, hopefully, once you obtain the wisdom of sweating, you will start to act on the importance of it for your body.
Yeah, well, I'll tell y'all a secret. If y'all still getting that yellow staining in your white shirts, you better switch to Fran's and get stain free in your white shirts, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. I had a customer.
I'm listening.
I was just saying I had a customer this weekend that said he was getting what did he say? He had a stain or something like that. And I said, I can almost guarantee you're using too much, because anytime that you have product on top of your clothes, that means that your body didn't absorb it. Anytime your body didn't absorb it means that you put on too much. You don't need that much. And he said,
you don't need that much, guys. And I'll tell you a secret. If your deodorant isn't lasting more than 2 months, I know you're using too much deodorant. Because let me tell you, I've started to put it in the heated areas, y'all. I still have my deodorant for a long time.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people are getting several months out of it, but yeah, if you're not getting close to 2 months, and don't get me wrong, we want to see you regularly, but for the most part, people are getting 2 months. So if that's not you, I would check your usage.
Yes, yes. So three reasons, guys and gals, why we want to sweat are we already know it helps you to cool down.
Right.
Secondly, it assists in toxin removal. So when your body, is sweating and perspiring and, letting you relax and cool down, it's also being another agent for your body to release toxins, guys. And that we talk about not sweating, but those are some of the things you don't want to stop, your body from doing. And thirdly, it's a natural thing.
Boom. How about
it just happens?
It's a natural
It's
thing.
your sweat.
Be more
Sweaty.
concerned with not sweating than sweating.
Keep you some wet wipes or whatever, whatever you're into, wipe yourself down. But, sweat. Come on, just sweat. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Listen, I don't know the rest of the words.
I've never heard it. I was just chiming in.
Okay.
So, yeah. So sweating, it's a natural incident in your body, natural process, and it does help cool down. When the sweat interacts with the bacteria on your skin is how body odor develops, okay? And so if you can imagine, I think we have all experienced when you go into, for instance, an Asian store and you have the smell of garlic coming out of their skin, that's because it's in their pores. So when they sweat, guess what? It's going to come out. It's going to come out. So if you are applying a natural deodorant and it's in your pores, guess what? When you sweat, natural deodorant is going to come out. So you're going to smell beautiful. You're going to smell beautiful. So it is purposeful. It is purposeful. So you want to be able to sweat, cool your body off, and let a natural deodorant be the aroma that your body emits, and not let that sweat interact with bacteria on your skin and really cause body odor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Enough said.
Yes. So guys, we are going to move along. One thing that I want to mention to you guys, our customers, as we move into our commercial break, is your girl and your girl are not popping up on the top 10 natural deodorant list. So y'all need to hashtag us all January and February. That's going to be our introductory one. We need y'all to hashtag free me all natural deodorant. You can mostly do the free me. We'll make that our little one. Free me 23 out for 2023. So yes, let's do that. So free me 2023. It's gonna just be free me 23, and I'll post it and Fran will post it so y'all can get into it.
Oh yeah, or free me in 23. Free me in
23. Okay.
So we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back shortly.
Yes, we will.
I want to take a moment to show you how we apply it. It's a cream to powder, so it allows you to take a small little dollop just using your finger. This is just about all that you need, and just massage it into your underarm area. Let your body absorb all the organic ingredients naturally. It's going to let you perspire without odor. That's what you want to do. You want to release all the toxins, but no odor. Wasn't that great?
Yes, and talk about late to the party, y'all. That is a back in the day flicky up flick video.
Back in the day, I gotta try to get back there.
They like a little chunkiness now. You gotta run around chunky now.
I'm fluffy, as they would say in Jamaica. Fluffy.
Okay.
That's it's all well and good. Okay, what do we have?
So guys, we are moving into our not feeling it topics of the night. And we're gonna, be problem solving people as well. But yes, these things, grinding the gears. And we've already started talking about one of them. So one of the not feeling it topics was why the health and beauty communities push anti-beneficial treatments and products to customers. So why are we still talking deodorant versus, antiperspirant? Why are we still using unhealthy dyes and colorants in our makeup, why would that still happen with all the information that we are garnering?
Well, I would say for the most part, any major company, you talk about a multi-million-dollar company, they're not going to produce it unless people are buying it.
Well,
So
that's for sure.
if people
Well,
still have a market for it, they're going to keep producing it. And so when you see big companies pop up that are really geared towards toxins and things like that, they got people still using it, people are buying it in abundance, so they keep making it. So you really have to fall back to the education piece. Maybe there's not enough education coming out about the side effects and the disadvantages to using some of these products. Maybe that's I would think that a lot of these companies are probably lobbying so that a lot of information is not given out, because they would position them to lose hundreds of millions of dollars,
yeah.
every year.
And I too would suggest that was a very good one, because that is true. But I also too would say to our other natural people who are making natural and giving it and selling it to the public, I think that the natural community could be more open in dialect and dialogue with some of their customers as well. Because I try to educate our customers on certain things, because when you're dealing with organic and natural, you're dealing with another level of almost like nature's chemicals. So this is like, the stuff that nature is already producing, and for everyone, every skin and every product won't work.
Yeah, it that is absolutely true. And what I've learned is that a lot of natural companies are really being acquired by one of the big 7 beauty brands. So if you look at the beauty brands like Unilever or Procter and Gamble, if you look at their portfolio, you will see a lot of smaller natural brands. They want to control, that product line, so they decide when something, really dominates a certain market. So
Yeah.
sure, if they feel threatened by the growing amount of natural, they'll come along, offer a huge amount of money, and then they'll dictate how that information and that product is given out to the consumer.
Well, that's something to think about, because I feel like that those groups and those type of organizations, when they're that big, I just always think to myself, they have the means to be that change. It's different when you're, coming up and you are a small business and you're trying to educate, and make and sell a product, versus already having, the funds and the means to get the information out. Like, it would be just, I don't know. It's always been that question mark, like, to me.
Yeah,
I don't think the natural products are super new. Their popularity is gaining, but they've been around.
Yeah, the popularity is gaining, but it does
Keep
not.
talking.
It does not surpass commercial products. I think that it has a very strong potential to surpass products, but again, a big business would not continue to make unnatural products unless they had a market for it. So I don't know.
I can agree with that.
Ratio for it, but I do know that it does have a presence. It does have a presence, but commercial still garners, I think, that most of the dollar.
Yeah.
On the national global level. Yeah. because I think people, for the most part, the last time I checked a report and study, sprays were the most popular form of deodorant, and you know it's nothing natural about.
You know how I feel about that. You know how I feel. Woo!
Yeah, sprays.
Set them underarms right on fire. Keep coming talking to me, talk about some you got sensitive skin. Your little rough skin self. If you can spray deodorant on, you got rough, your skin is strong. Strong skin self.
You got
keep telling me you got
you got
talking about my skin sensitive. I can't do everything. What you like? I use a spray Dove. Girl, get it, girl.
You got
strong underarms.
Hilarious. Okay. Where are we at now?
Oh yes, y'all, because this is supposed to be the short episode, y'all. Hold on, y'all got me nothing now. Okay, so for our last not feeling it topic, it's something that kind of comes up. It's talked about, I feel like, on the daily, and we've even mentioned it before. And it's trolling on the internet. And why? And the question that I had mostly was, what is, the real face of trolling? Like, what do you have to do to really be considered a troll? Like, what is the level that puts you at a troll? When are you trolling versus stating your opinion?
Well, what is the definition, first of all, of trolling?
Well, I had. Hold on.
Let me see. Okay, so I have carefully and systematically search an area for something.
That's a part of it. For me, trolling happens when your opinion, when you have an opinion and you're trying to dominate, the whole, topic.
Here's my number 2 definition. Trolling is when someone posts or comments online to deliberately upset others. In short, trolling is when someone deliberately tries to upset others online. So they coming for you.
Yes, when they coming for you. And so for me, it happens. I see it a lot, and I'll say for me, I really call it trolling when it's incessant. So sometimes if you're looking in a comment section, you might see a person who has posted or responded to 5, 6 different people on, we're on one post. This is one post, and you managed to have a debate with 5 different people on the same topic. When I see that, I don't even respond. I might not like what you got to say, but if you argue with people, like multiple people already, I'm not going there with you because you got time.
Yeah, I think trolling can be present in anything. What? I would say this. No, you can have a discussion, you can have a debate, but with that, the word that really identifies trolling is deliberately.
Yes, and repeatedly too.
Right. Yeah. Somebody come on, and so they receive that word rightfully so. Yeah, you're a troll.
Yes. I would say I consider it a troll too when you follow someone all the way from the comments all the way to their page. So I had that happen to me before. Well, I consider, depending on the situation, I'll call it trolling for this instance, because we basically started arguing in comments, and I normally quit when I go back and forth. At some point, I'm like, oh, I quit. This person came under the comments, under my pictures, talking. I was like, what are you doing here? Like, why are you here? Get off the page. Like, that was like, oh no.
Why she here? Why she here?
Why is she here?
Well, yeah, I don't think I've ever been trolled before. You know what? I have. I have been trolled by a customer
I
who
ain't
was
gonna say nothing.
I was trolled by a customer. I remember the young lady coming on saying something real nasty because she couldn't
She
get
came
her
to me
voice.
too. She came in my
She
DM.
was wrong.
I
She
was gonna keep
all
it.
the way wrong. She was all the way wrong. And I can't remember if we deleted her or what happened, but she was all the way wrong. And she came. Yeah,
Yes,
I've had,
I'm glad you said it because I wasn't gonna say nothing.
I don't think you can be in business without experiencing a little trolling. Somebody's gonna come.
I think in business, you got to strap on your boots and be ready for the trolling. That's probably my biggest complaint with some of the stars and celebrities, and it's the biggest. I know I ain't ready because me, I'm probably still going back and forth with them trolls. So, and I think when you get to a certain level, you have to be above it. You may not want to, and I don't think every instance you have to, but for the most part, you have to be above it.
Yeah, the trolling. I think. I mean, I've been in business for a few years now, and I think I can count on one hand the times I've been trolled. So I guess that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't come for me often, but I've had some little people come with not so good intentions. Not so good intentions, I'll say. But
Yes,
okay,
yes.
so how do you avoid trolling?
Uh, I would say like that would be my biggest piece of advice. If they're already doing too much, avoid it. It's just like the bully in class, some people need to be seen. They're not doing good, if you don't see them. If they're not a part of the crowd, they don't feel comfortable. So you
Yeah,
you avoid them.
yeah, and not only that, but I mean, if they are in your, if they're in your feed or whatever, you can even delete them. I think that's what we
Yes.
want with that one young lady who was trolling. Is she wound up getting deleted?
And I think Instagram does a really thorough job of putting you in control of what you see, who can respond to you. If you don't know how to do it, you can always kind of Google search, how to control who sees my page. And you'll probably get a list of all the things that they allowed you to block, and different things. Because you can't really control, what you can control, you should, because you can't really control the internet.
Absolutely, you can't. That is just no way possible. But point well made. Be ready for the trolling,
Yes.
ready to delete them or reply, respond, whatever. But eventually it is bound to happen.
Yes. Well, one of the little inserts from trolling says anyone at some point can be a troll, and I was like, have I been a
Oh
troll?
Lord.
So guys, hit us
Well,
up and let
I've
us
never been
know.
trolling. I don't
I
think
don't
I've
know.
ever.
I don't know, Miss Friend. I don't know. We're gonna have to go rate your. Oh, matter of fact, don't go rate her social media, y'all. Never mind.
No, I have never trolled anyone.
So y'all,
Definitely.
have y'all been a troll? Come back and let us know if you've been out here trolling and
Oh my
patrolling in the
God.
comments. Let us know.
Well, first of all,
It's a safe space.
stop trolling and then come and let us know. How
You
about
know,
that?
you. It's just like good and bad. You need a little bit of bad to, mellow out. You need it all.
All right. Well, I don't need no trolling. I ain't deliberately seeking nobody out. They don't need. I mean, I don't give nobody that much attention. But anywho,
Yes. Well,
well,
guys, it's been real.
real. We thank you for chiming in as always. This show is always open for your comments. We would love to have more of you guys chime in. We see that you're watching um, all of the shows, and our members, our subscriber base is growing. But we do encourage you to like and share, and hit that
Yes,
subscribe,
yes.
and just chime in. We will be back Friday for our second show of the week. I see you looking. Friday for our second show.
Mm.
And until then, we hope that you have a great, successful, prosperous restful weekend, and peace out, Cub Scouts.
What? Give my music.
Give your music. Drop the beat, right? Bye.